Disturbing facts that will probably disturb you even if you're not easily disturbed. Part 48. Bernard Gore was supposed to meet his wife and daughter in a mall in Sydney after first doing a little bit of shopping himself. Instead, he exited a mall door leading to a stairwell labyrinth and was found dead 3 weeks later, failing to find his way out. Lesson learned, do not go to malls, ever. Do not ever go in public. Stay at home. Have you ever wondered why the older you get, the faster time seems to pass by? Just as an example, when you're 10 years old, a year feels like forever. Because it's 1/10 of your life. It's 1/10 of your entire life, right? But when you are 32, a year is 1/32 of your life. So it's a much, much smaller portion. And that's why I believe that time goes by so much quicker when we get older. Now, there is another theory. As you get older, there are less things that are new to you. And the brain prioritizes focusing on new information. So when there's less novel experiences, you literally save less of the memory. So basically, our brain encodes new experiences, but not familiar ones, into memory. Our retrospective judgment of time is based on how many new memories we create over a certain period. It's just like when you go on vacation for like 7 days and it feels like a month. It's because you experience so much new stuff. Unless you're like me and a vacation consists of nothing. Bird migration was not proved until 1822. Before then, theories to explain their seasonal disappearance included hibernation and transforming into mice. Just a little fun fact, a couple of fun facts that could save your life. If someone breaks into your house at night, do not turn the light on. You know your house better than them. Turn the tables and home alone that motherfucker. Now, if that intruder decides to get violent with you and stabs you, for instance, do not pull the knife out of the wound because that knife could be the only thing that is keeping you from bleeding out. If you are suddenly experiencing extreme weight loss without trying, I know it sounds great in theory, but there's a really good chance that it means that there's something wrong. Go to the doctor. About a third of people with epilepsy do not respond to meds, meaning they're just going to seize out wherever. 75% of all the time you will ever spend with your child is complete by the time they reach 12 years old. And by the time they turn 18, 90% of your parent-child time together is already spent. Me and my dad didn't hang out much when I was a kid/teenager, but like since I became like an adult, we hang out a lot more. So I think it's a little bit opposite for me, but for most people, spend time with your kids. Cherish it. The janitor from Scrubs was originally planned to be a figment of JD's imagination. This is Chief Joseph Smith from Minnesota, who claimed to be 138 years old at death. Does he remind you of anyone? I'm going to hell. This is what the main road leading to the city of Grindavik looked like after a new volcanic eruption on the Great James Peninsula southeast of Iceland. Could you imagine driving your car into that? Oh my god. Makes me even more afraid to drive. This one's kind of obvious. Like, it makes sense. It really does. But it just kind of gives people the heebie-jeebies. So most cruise ships have morgues in the event of a death on board. And keep in mind that a lot of cruise ships are like specifically for older people. You got to be prepared. Everybody has an expiration date, and we unknowingly pass it every year. Napoleon was once attacked by a horde of bunnies. During a hunting trip, Napoleon's chief of staff rounded up a large number of rabbits for a hunt, but instead of fleeing, the rabbits attacked Napoleon. Were they like the rabbit from Donnie Darko? Ooh, that movie was so weird. I still don't understand it. States that pass laws allowing a married person to seek a divorce without the consent of their spouse saw female suicide decline by 20%. Right now, at this moment, you are the oldest you've ever been and the youngest you will ever be again. In Switzerland, it is illegal to own just one guinea pig because they are considered social animals and need companionship. That's nice. These next couple of facts probably should have been on my After Dark video that probably nobody saw because it was never pushed. First and foremost, overweight, very overweight men have lower testosterone levels, which means they have a harder time achieving an erection. Now, piggybacking off of that, men gain 1 inch of penis length for every 30 to 50 pounds they lose. Now, I'm not saying like you're 10 pounds overweight and you lose 30 pounds and you're going to get an extra inch. No, I'm saying if you are like morbidly overweight, for every 30 to 50 pounds you lose, you will gain an inch of your pee-pee back. If that's not incentive, I don't know what is. A British gymnast survived a fall from a 4th-story window because he went into a somersault and came down on his feet, suffering minor injuries. He said, "Not today, Final Destination." The majority of your brain is fat, which really explains why 99% of the time I am just thinking about bagel bites. Since their invention, cars have killed an estimated 60 to 80 million people and injured at least 2 billion. But where would we be without them? overpopulated, that's where. Crying actually makes you feel better, reduces stress, and may help to keep the body healthy. And if that is in fact true, then I'm gonna live forever. Because I do be crying, and I like it. Leonardo DiCaprio was so uncomfortable using the N-word in Django Unchained that Samuel L. Jackson and Jamie Foxx had to convince him to play the role even more racist than the character was originally portrayed. You ever get that random feeling of having insects crawling on you? You do that weird little number. So that is called formication, which is static electricity that can attract particulates to the skin and can also cause body hair to move, giving a sensation like insects crawling over the skin. Spicy is not a taste, it is a sensation of pain. And if that truly is the case, then just call me a masochist, because if it's not spicy, I don't want it. This one's not disturbing, but it's just really, really funny because I recently tried playing Grand Theft Auto for the first time and it was wretched. It was a dismal failure. But in GTA 5, if you force Trevor to listen to a radio station that he doesn't like too many times, he will get increasingly aggravated and will override you and switch the stations himself. One step closer to becoming self-aware. I'm just saying. We have to stop somewhere, you guys. Cool. Okay. Could you imagine how tall of a mohawk I would have? Thanks for watching.